Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to Mindustry, where I have been busy, as you can see by all of these little indicators. So, let's go to Naval Fortress first. You can see I'm finally making use of the launch pads. So this zone is creating all of my lead, copper, valvanite? Sorry, I'm just coming back to the game, so I'm not entirely sure. Vulcanite. Valvanite's the green one. Vulcanite, titanium, everything. And my metaglass is also coming here from Ruinous Shores. Ruinous Shores has my metaglass facility, launching everything to Naval Fortress, which then obviously launches it from there. Salt Flats is my silica, astrolite, and graphite production hub. Despite the fact that it's very hard to have these water extractors here, it's still very handy to have all of this space, all of the sand, and all of the coal, which is why I can run 8 of these ginormous silica constructors, with the modded stuff, of course, still using the silica ovens, the pressurizers, and the crystallizers. So many of these guys, and then the astrolite and the graphite as well. Tarfields has some of my more advanced things, such as my plastanium, my thorium, and my phase fabric. And then Extraction Outpost has some more titanium, some more vulcanite, and a bunch of stellar steel. And I think there was one more. No, there's not any more as of yet, but in later time, I will be moving on and producing Surge somewhere. Surge will have a dedicated area for it. Not lumionite, but valvanite, altuxium, and osmium will all have their own production zones as well, and I might double up on production zones for thorium. But the main topic of today, in addition to that, is we're going to terraform. We are finally going to terraform. And we're actually going to be able to do it, because I have the air blast drill, and I'm close to the MPD, the mass production drill. Very close to the MPD. So we're going to go from Tarfields. I'm a moron, because I just got rid of all of my lumionite. It's fine, I don't need lumionite here, and if I do, I can fix it later. So, it's fine. We're going from Tarfields to Terraformed. Finally. And now, on Terraformed, we have access to cold plasma in the ground, erbium, bingo. The mod dev also sent me a message saying, hey, you should be able to mine some of that stuff with, like, the other drill. And sure enough, now I can. But at the time that I recorded the last one, obviously I couldn't. So I didn't, and here we are. But I am excited for the MPD once we actually eventually get there. And look at this place. Still, it is absolutely crazy. I love the look of everything here. Great. And I think the enemies come from over this way. I'm not entirely sure. Also, my FPS feels laggy. Graphics, UI. I set it to max 240. It's still chilling out at 60. I wonder what that's about. I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but I'll look into it. I know you guys are only getting 30 no matter what, sorry. That's just how OBS works. OBS only records at 30. At least I have it set that way. That way it doesn't completely tank my computer. Here's the launching zone. So I'm gonna wall off the launching zone. That way I remember where it's at. Could also probably not hit my caps lock, but I should probably actually send that out. Oh, I missed how fast this thing built. Great. So what we're going to be able to do after I set up a couple of my normal, basic things like silica and everything else, metaglass, which we don't have to worry about too much, but we will have to worry about a little bit. Because what I can do is I can go to all these other ones and hit launch to Terraformed, salt flats, launch to Terraformed, starfields, launch to Terraformed, and extraction outpost, launch to Terraform. So now I have 4 zones launching to Terraformed. You can see the pathing there, the orbits pathing in. So we will start getting these deliveries in over time, but we are going to be able to start messing around with some of this stuff. We can do erbium now. With the erbium, we'll be able to build and use the cold energy fuser, which is going to take the hydrogen and the astrolite and turn it into the ceravoxum metal. And then we'll be able to use the ceratolite diamond for the ceratomite, turning into ceratolite diamonds. We're going to be able to use some of the more advanced things. Beryllium forge. All of this kind of stuff. We're going to be able to use it finally. And then we can research the court. We're going to unlock who knows how many other things in this tree. It's going to be great. I'm super excited. But I'm going to go on ahead and get set up with all of the basics, including power, which it looks to me like there's no water. No, there is. There's water. I don't know where the water is, but apparently there is water. But we could also take a look at the cold energy stuff. So one of these, it's the cold plasma generator. It takes cold plasma and creates power. Well, if you look around, there's just fissures of cold plasma all over the place, especially like down here and down here too. Like there's just cold plasma everywhere you look. So what I'm thinking is we mess around with that a little bit. And then obviously, like I keep saying, set up all the basics and bring you guys back in. I also might bring you in for the first wave because I'm kind of interested to see what kind of units get thrown at me. Like if I get thrown modded units or if I get thrown normal units. Like I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see what gets thrown at me. But for now, I'm going to set things up, and I will bring you guys back in as soon as I find something worthwhile that you guys should be informed of. So yeah, see you in a sec. So it is modded units. I don't know what this one is. I'm not entirely sure. It's obviously a Genesux. Maybe it's the series? The series of Walker? Not the Majoris or the Gaycrux, because these are all flying units. Yeah, air units. So it's one of the series tree. It might just be a series. You can see it fires cold plasma. I want to see if it can crawl over walls. Can crawl over walls. Good to know. Wait, where's the other one? Other one. What? Are there 2 launch zones? There's 2 launch zones. Oh no, there's 2. Yeah, there's 2 drop zones. Oh shit. That's gonna be a huge problem. Well, I have a temporary solution to this. Oh my gosh, I have so many towers. Temporary solution is the stellar? No, astrology. No, what's there's one, it is the stellar. Yeah, fires cold plasma, range of 16 blocks. Not that much, but if they beeline it for one of these little, troughs here, I can supply cold plasma from one of the fissures, and that'll stop them in the meantime. Holy cow. Okay, well, that's going to be an adventure, to say the least. I'll bring you guys back in again at the next wave, but for now, that's all to report. So not much has happened, and I realized I got a little bit too far into the design work without unpausing, so let me go on ahead and go over what I have done. First of all, down here I made a blueprint for my Terraform forges, which take a lot of energy. Holy cow, how much energy do these things take? 180, I guess that makes sense. Cold plasma generators make 210. And I was already suffering for power as it was. So, I guess, first of all, I'm going to need more power. And second of all, my other design, which is right here, the cold energy fusers, which takes everything and makes it into Ceravoxa metal. The reason why I'm doing that before the Ceratla diamond factory, because these are super easy, just ceratomite to Ceratla diamond, is because this needs Ceravoxa metal in order to create. Now, the cold energy fuser requires 60 hydrogen per second and 1.5 astrolite per second. The excuse me, the crystallizer creates 3 astrolite per second given a graphite input, and graphite can be input through just a pressurizer at the front or something. And this will power both of these, plus I also have the actual differentiation for our hydrogen right here, and this will produce, what, 1.5 each, so 3, 6, 9 right here. Completely in and of itself with barely any coal input. By the way, here's the coal. The only issue is the cold plasma, but there's plenty of cold plasma right here that we can pull and just pump straight into this pipe. So it's the perfect location. Also, the reason why I did Terraform first is because these guys require Terraform. Who would have guessed? Now, as far as I'm aware, it's still the same creatures that are getting sent, it's just more of them. And these stellars are obviously working wonders. And while we're waiting, I can go on ahead and show you what they're doing. So they fire cold plasma homing bolts, as you can see. Nasty buggers when they get past walls, actually. So let's go on ahead and this. That'll help. But as you can see, the stellars took care of it pretty much instantaneously. No problems whatsoever. So I guess the next thing I'm going to be working on here is some more power node buddies. Each of these takes like 10 per second cold plasma, so I have to make sure that I can actually supply that based off of the cold plasma. And I don't think there's anything else. Well, there is the neutron reactor actually. Astrolite and cold plasma, 1500 power. That's actually not bad. So I could absolutely experiment around with that because there's coal right here and there's hydrogen, or sorry, cold plasma right here. So let's take a look at this again. 60 per second each plus the astrolite input. There's coal up here. More cold plasma. Ooh, even more cold plasma, but... Aha! Coal. Perfection. There's my astrolite blueprint, my new and improved astrolite blueprint that I worked on while I was on slight hiatus from recording. I'm going ahead and have to get rid of that too. But then we can just pull the cold plasma from right here and make ourselves some neutron reactors. Let's see, this'll get me roughly 10 per second, and this requires 12 every 5. 12 every 5 seconds is 2.4 per second, so I can run 4 of these off of one belt. And I don't think that they explode, so what I can do is this. Gosh, my phone. My phone is blowing up right now, and I don't know how much of it you guys can hear, but it is absolutely just, it's blowing up, and I don't know why. I sit down to record, and then all of a sudden, everybody needs me. I swear. It's a trend. It's a YouTuber curse. Like, if any of you guys are interested in doing YouTube, first of all, don't go into it thinking it's going to be like a permanent gig. Like, don't go into it thinking you're going to do it as like a gig, because trust me, it's a lot more complicated than that. But if you want to go into it for fun, dude, honestly, be my guest. It is a ton of fun. I love it. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. Follow your dreams. That's my motto. Really kind of not, but whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on fixing this, please. My gosh, minus 1.6k? Seriously? Alright, fine. We are disconnecting you from the grid. And I guess disconnecting you from the grid. And you from the grid for now. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Minus 2.6. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's starting to go up a bit. I know why. It shut down the production of these guys, which shut down the production of power. Anyway, I'm just going to continue because I'm talking for way too long at this point. So I'm just going to continue with this, and I will be back shortly. Also, I lied. They have a heat value, which means if they have a heat value, they can explode, which is slightly concerning. It's also slightly concerning that something got destroyed over here, because I don't know what it was. Oh, it was one of the... Okay, yeah, that's fine. What? What do you mean power output nothing? Not right. That can't be right. Power output 0? I don't believe that. Yeah, it says power output 0. Why does it say power output 0? That doesn't make any sense. And now it's in the negatives? What's wrong with you? Astrolite and cold plasma. Use decay into neutrons producing power. What's its problem? Is it bugged? Oh, it might be bugged. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I guess I'm gonna reach out to Mr. Mod Creator about that and see if that's something that can get fixed, like ASAP, so I can continue this episode. Alright, well, future Benji will take you guys in. So I lost the zone while I was doing some stuff off camera, and I didn't have OBS open as I lost it because I didn't think anything was gonna happen. We reset to wave 6. Essentially what happened is some flying units started to come in, and they outranged my stellars. So the main focus of today is going to be on defense. Now, I don't know if I actually blueprinted the Ceravoxa metal. No, I did not. So, because this is Ceravoxa metal, right? Yeah. First of all, we're going to blueprint the Ceravoxa metal. And I'm just going to blueprint this section of it. Like that. And it should work. Emphasis on the should. We have our cold fusion, whatever, the cold plasma being turned into hydrogen. It's flashing on my screen, but it doesn't look like it's flashing on OBS, so that's good. Epilepsy warning just in case. But the hydrogen does seem to be working, as does everything else. So we have Ceravoxa metal. Check. Are we harvesting these, by the way? Ceratamites? We have ceratomite? Yes, we do. We do have ceratomite. Okay, good. Just making sure all of my ducks are in a row, so to speak. And then I am going to go on ahead and just put this onto a plastanium belt. And then make this a plastanium belt as well, just for simplicity's sake. I feel like that'll be a better idea here. And I have my builder drones to help me out as I go, because they're fantastic little buggers. I love those things. So now with Ceravoxametal unlocked, we can start trying to figure out some things with the Ceratla diamonds. Ceratla diamonds, that's Terrillium. Ooh, Plasma Fusion Forge. Citrix, Hydrogen, and Axinium. That's new. Gives Ceravoxametal, Osmium, and Stellar Steel. What is Axinium? It's not Ceratla diamonds, although that is the next thing that we're going to want to do. It looks like 2-ish per second, which means 5 machines in a system of a 10 belt. Whoa, new stuff. Neutron reactor is still bugged, by the way. I did let the mod creator know, though, so hopefully that'll be fixed soon. Hydrogen reactor, it uses half of its output of power, roughly, and then outputs power, so it's just like the impulse reactor. Input hydrogen. That's it, just 180 per second hydrogen to get 10,000 power. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Expensive, though. Expensive. Nexus wall, yeah, Ceravoxametal, that makes sense. Because we already have the Astrolite and the Stellar wall, so it makes sense to have another one. Nebula, short-range shotgun with a large cone, cool. Neutron mortar, 3.8k damage, that's insanity. I might have to make some of those once I unlock them. And the cold plasma thrower, 600 power per second, only power, 35 damage, double ammo, 40 per second. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. So that's going to be awesome. And I think that's everything that is new apart from the Ort, but we haven't actually researched the Ort yet. Anything else new? Yes. Ergo battery uses alpha steel, so oh wow, 40k? Holy cow. 6x6. That's better than large batteries, that's for sure. Requires lots of resources to build. Not really, in all honesty. That's pretty nice, though. And I did get the MPD. The MPD is pretty crazy. Granted, I don't actually have any Lumianite here, but if you cover the entire, thing, it's 30 per second as a base drill speed. These things are nuts for resource extraction. It's amazing. But like I said, I don't actually have the resources to do anything. And I saw a comment, because this is Future Benji, I saw a comment saying that these work like the Drog mining drones from V5, and the more of these pads that you make, the more miners you can have. No, sadly that's not how it works. It is capped the same as this is capped, and this is capped by the core. This core gives me 12 units, so I can have 12 of any unit, any drone, any unit, anything like that, which is what we have. Now, the only thing that I'm going to do at this point, before I start working on some other things, is I'm going to boost resource production, utilizing the overdrive projectors, because overdrive projectors are amazing for extra resource production. They're one of my favorite things because it's essentially a free overclock. Like Satisfactory has overclocking, and it's essentially just a free overclock. And I think that is just straight up awesome. Overclock with 0 cost sounds like one of the best things I've ever heard of, so I'm definitely going to be using that. Meanwhile, I need to make sure that I didn't just accidentally clog the system, which I totally did, by the way. There we go. Perfection. That's all good. What else should I boost? Silica, not really required. I can boost our ceratamites. That will probably be a good idea. Or cerovoxum metal, not ceratamite. This is ceratamite. We don't need to boost ceratamite. So boost this. Which means I'm going to need to boost this. And boost that. There. Perfect. Both of those are boosted, and we can work on defenses now. So for defenses, I don't really know what would be good. Probably the battery missile, in all honesty. Expensive, though, and titanium, or rather, not titanium, but plastanium isn't really something I can get here. Well, kind of. The dark sand would work, but that would only get me oil, and there's not really a whole lot of titanium anywhere, which is sad. I don't know if there's any more sand. There is. There's sand up here, but there's a launch zone literally right there, so I don't really want to do that. So plastanium's out of the question, which means no battery missiles. Bosons are bad. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, battery. I could go vanilla and just do specters. That might work. Breaker could work, actually. 125 with a 3.5 attack speed, power driven, triple barrel laser turret, range of 30 blocks. So Breaker's an idea. Veneer is also an idea. Less fire rate, more damage. So those are both ideas. In the Genesux tree, we pretty much only have the Stellar and the Astrology, neither of which are really, really good. Oh, I didn't even look at these. Powerful shield projector. Okay, so shield projector, or can only carry 100 items at a time, but faster than a plastanium conveyor. Okay, that might be something to look into. And then the MLT conduit, mass liquid transportation. Wow, that actually looks like something that might be interesting. How about Quantra? How about the Quantra tree? Some of these are going to require some other stuff, however. 25 blocks, that's really short. What is this one? 30 blocks, that's really short. Neither of these are really good. And then the Soltux pretty much entirely relies on slag and scrap and stuff like that. Yeah, like slag, blast compound, actually maybe, but plastanium. So that one kind of gets thrown out too. Let me double check this Elysian one. Nope. And yes, sad, but Breaker does not have a plastanium cost. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. I'm gonna rework all of our defenses. I can show you guys these little duders again. They're essentially me, but smaller. Well, no, that's the other ones that come later, which I didn't get to show off. So there we go. I'll bring you guys back in a moment. Here's the ones that killed me. I'm in the middle of setting up my extra defense. These are the guys that killed me. They're essentially little versions of me. Like, literally, they're essentially little teeny tiny versions of me. Because they have homing projectiles, and they've got a lot of them. But it's a good thing I also have a lot of projectiles. Now, I did reach out to the mod creator about this not requiring power, and it doesn't seem like anything has been done about it yet, unless the damage got tweaked. I mean, it is only 8 damage, but with this many of them, it doesn't really matter that it's only 8 damage. The thing that matters is the fact that there's just a swarm of them. In addition to the fact that there's also the other big guy up here. This dude, or the breaker. So we're gonna see how that goes. I am suffering for power right now, but I'm trying to fix it. I need most of my factory running so I can get thorium and altuxium and a whole bunch of other stuff, so that I can actually make my defenses. So I don't have a whole lot of power going for me right now, as you can very obviously see how much I'm suffering. I was thinking about transitioning over to impact reactors. It would be a lot easier if the neutron reactor was actually working, but I have unfortunately run out of time, and I need to record this and get this out, like, ASAP, so that I actually have some videos out. But other than that, it's still going well, so I'm going to keep progressing, and I will give you guys another update soon. Yeah, see? Look at the projectiles. Look at them. Oh, that's fun to watch. Oh, that is so fun to watch. Oh, that is so fun to watch all of these guys just... That is so fun to watch. Also, if you're wondering why I'm not using the upgraded ones, no, I guess technically I could be using the lakes, but it's only 11 damage, and these guys are way cheaper on the Valvanite, which, as you can see, I am in short supply of at this moment in time. So, yeah, it's been going great. That's a lot of fun to watch. I didn't think it could be that fun to watch, but it sure is. I am positive on power now, so the next thing that I wanted to get to was the Ceratla Diamond refineries. So we take ceratomite, which is this stuff here, and turn it into Ceratla Diamond. I think I decided earlier it was 5 of these machines, but 5 times 6 is... what, 3k? And I don't have that kind of power right now, so I'm gonna need to bump my power before I activate this whole thing. In the meantime, though, what I can do is I can grab, not this blueprint, where, there, Stellar Steel Mark 1 blueprint, because I did a new one afterwards. But this one will be perfect for this because of the fact that we've got 1 input, 1 output on the same side. So I can just take that input here, grab my Ceratla Diamonds, not my Ceratla Diamond. I already forget what they're called. Ceratomite, I think. Something along those lines. I honestly don't remember. That's sad, because I was literally just talking about them. But I can take them like this, and put them into the system, and boom, we're good. Simple as that. And wow, these things take a while to build. Give me a second. And there we go. Obviously, it does work if I just slam this in. Boom, we have Ceratla Diamonds. Yippee to that. Those things are beautiful looking. Actually, super cool looking. I'm not lying. Those things look pretty nice. Genesux. I just did it. There it is. Ceratla Diamond. There's another thing after that. Did that unlock anything for us? Yes, it did. The Haley fires a point beam using cold plasma. Requires high input. Only 24 per second. And 1,000 power. Okay, never mind. I stand very corrected. Very corrected. I'm gonna go on ahead and research that. No point in researching this yet, but yeah, you know what? I'll go on ahead. And then I'm gonna stop with the research for now, because I don't want to waste all of my resources that I could use to build instead. Because guess what? I still have a whole lot of stuff to build for our defenses. As you can quite clearly see, our defenses are still pretty pockmarked as far as, you know, things go. Ugh, this is taking forever for us to actually manufacture. I'm gonna need to set up some more zones and stuff off camera, but for now, I'm just gonna blitz through the waves. I think we're pretty much done with production once I get some more power involved, and then we will end off the episode there. And here's the flying bastards that absolutely annihilated me earlier. This is why I have the anti-air. I just didn't get it up in time. Ugh, this is awful. And they destroyed some of my drones. You've gotta be kidding me. Well, that does show me a bit of an oversight on my planning here. I neglected to remember that there's 2 launch zones, so I'm gonna need to turn this wall up this direction in order to get that to work properly. Which sucks because I hate turning walls. Ugh, it looks terrible. It never ends up being as sturdy. It's not fun. Not fun. Not fun, not fun, not fun, not fun, not fun. But I am going to go on ahead and place in... I have enough resources for 2 more breakers. So 2 more breakers are going to go in. And then I'm going to activate the puddles as well. Yep, build the breaker, build the breaker, build the breaker. There were no flyers in that wave, so I've got 60 seconds to build both of these, which is nice. Oh, goodness. Stress. Much stress. I'll be back again. So I just found out why I'm losing all of these anti-air units is because of the fact that these flying enemies shoot projectiles that pierce. So, now I have to upgrade to plastanium walls, and I only have a limited supply of plastanium, minus the fact that I have some being imported, but some does not equal a lot. That's bad. Luckily, it seems like all of the air units spawn somewhere back here and beeline it for the base, which means that it'll go straight to this part of my defense. At least that's what it seems like is happening right now. So whenever I get enough actual materials, I can just put an extra one here and it'll be fine. I just want to see and make sure that this is working properly. Yeah, see, they spawn up here, they make a beeline, and that intersects right here at the base. Meaning... that's not working. Plastanium walls do not block their projectiles. That is a very big problem. That is a ginormously large problem. And I'm not happy about it. Oh my gosh. You've got to be kidding me. It doesn't block projectiles. Or rather, it doesn't block those projectiles. You've got to be kidding me. I can't believe that. That is astonishing that it doesn't block their projectiles. That is so astonishing to me. Look at these guys. They just rip through the thorium walls. Granted, I ripped through them, but still, this is ridiculous. I wonder what the Guardian's gonna be, if it's just gonna be an increasing amount of these guys, or if I'm actually gonna get a Guardian. Because if I do, I don't exactly know if I'm gonna be able to deal with it. I guess we'll find out in the future. It looks like that right now is working, and if I add more breakers, it's gonna be able to take down the units a lot faster, so this is good. This is good, this is good, this is good. This is good. One other thing I'm gonna do just for purpose sake and extra health is I'm gonna upgrade everything here to thorium. Once again, I'll be back if I have any updates. There's new enemies. I don't know what they do, and I'm not in a position where I can go find out what they do. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, last one down. Oh, but they caused some damage. Oh no. That's a problem. Well, I'm gonna get rid of this, that way these guys don't waste their time. I'm gonna place down some more of these, and I don't really know what else to do. I seriously don't know what else to do, and I've got to go to work in like 4 minutes. No, none of that, none of this is good enough. I don't have the plastanium for that. Oh my gosh. Bad. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. I just don't know how to handle these, like, super advanced units. Wrong position. I literally, like, I don't know what to do about these units. That's still really fun to watch, though. Okay. Well, next wave, luckily, means more of those guys. What are... That's a problem. That's a major issue. Oh, they're bombers. Okay, so those things are bombers, and whatever those crawling units were very, very bad news. I honestly don't know what to do to fight that. Like, I don't know how to combat that. I seriously do not know how to combat that. I'll figure it out, and I'll come back in a second. Alright, time for a new core. I know, kinda in the middle of everything, but, like, had to be done. What's the problem here? Is this off-dumping? No, there's no way. There's no way that's off-dumping. No. That just somehow got some erbium in it, I guess? And apparently some stellar steel. Very, very intriguing. 10 enemies remaining. 8 enemies remaining. 8 enemies remaining. Why? Why still 8? Shit. Ah, the power. I need something that doesn't depend on power, that shoots air. That also does not require a lot of plastanium or anything else. Create. Astrology. Maybe Cosmos. Definitely not battery missile. Veneer? No, what was the other one? Dismantle? 200 each. I don't know, I'll figure something out if I live this. Oh, their AIs! Their AIs messed up. Although they're about to, yep, I was gonna say, they're about to not mess up because they're gonna destroy all of my polys. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is terrible. How do I defend against this? I don't know what to do. I think that's it. I think that's just a loss, and I am way over time on this one. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. But without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves all a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, y'all.